Imagine walking down the street and seeing thousands of spiders literally falling from the sky. It sounds like a nightmare straight out of a horror movie, but in 2013, this was a reality for the residents of Goulburn, a small town in Australia. Get ready to uncover the phenomenon behind spider rain, one of nature's strangest events. Welcome to the Wild Worlds Files. Please consider subscribing, it would help me a lot to keep uploading content. Thank you. Goulburn is a quiet town in southeastern Australia, located about 195 miles from Sydney. With a small population and surrounded by rural landscapes, Goulburn is known for its peaceful country life. But in May 2013, its residents witnessed an event that left many bewildered and others terrified, a real spider rain. The event occurred after a series of heavy rains, and the skies over Goulburn seemed to have a sinister touch when locals began noticing something unusual. Thousands of tiny spiders appeared to be falling from the sky, covering trees, fences, and entire fields with their fine silk. The phenomenon was so striking that the whole landscape seemed draped in a kind of silvery cloak. But how is it possible for so many spiders to end up falling from the sky? To understand this, we need to learn about an incredible ability possessed by many spider species. This natural phenomenon is known as ballooning. When ground conditions become unfavorable, whether due to excessive rain, lack of food, or danger, young and light spiders climb to elevated points like branches or tall grasses. There they release thin strands of silk into the air. The wind takes care of the rest. These threads act like tiny parachutes, allowing the spiders to be lifted by air currents and carried over great distances, even hundreds of miles. What happened in Goulburn was an extreme example of this phenomenon. After the heavy rains, the ground became unsuitable for many local spiders. So, en masse, these spiders used ballooning to relocate. The wind carried them in large quantities, and when the currents descended, they began to fall on the town like an unusual rain. Witnesses described the scene as something out of a movie. The spiders seemed to descend from the sky in endless threads of silk, quickly covering vast areas of field. Trees, posts, and fences appeared wrapped in a giant spider web. Although the spiders were harmless, for many residents, it was a chilling sight. But why did this phenomenon occur in Australia, and more specifically in Goulburn? Australia is famous for its unique, and often somewhat frightening fauna. With a vast diversity of spider species, from the most venomous to the smallest and harmless, the country is home to thousands of these arachnids. Goulburn, with its rural landscape and variable climate conditions, is the perfect habitat for many of these species. Moreover, the strong winds that often form in rural areas after a storm provide ideal conditions for ballooning. In this case, the rain soaked the ground, forcing the spiders to seek new areas to live. What made this event so notable was the large number of spiders involved and the extensive area they covered. The spider rain phenomenon has occurred in various parts of the world, but experts point to some specific reasons why it might have been so spectacular in Goulburn. First, climate change may have influenced rainfall patterns, making events like this more common. With increased rains and unpredictable weather conditions, spiders are more likely to resort to mass ballooning. Second, deforestation and the alteration of these spiders' natural habitats may have forced them to seek new areas to settle. Human construction and city expansion may have reduced available natural space, leading to more massive displacements. And finally, although such phenomena are rare, this is not the first documented instance of spider rain. There have been other isolated cases in countries like Brazil and Argentina, but none as famous or well documented as the one in Goulburn. For the residents of Goulburn, this event was as fascinating as it was bewildering. While some saw the positive side, others were terrified by the sheer number of spiders. The news quickly went viral, and media worldwide began covering the event, describing it as one of the strangest natural occurrences ever seen. While for some it was a true nightmare, for others it was an opportunity to closely observe a unique natural phenomenon. The spider rain in Goulburn reminds us of how incredibly complex, and sometimes unpredictable nature can be. Although the ballooning phenomenon is a fascinating adaptation that allows spiders to survive in difficult conditions, Events like this are a clear example of how animals and weather interact in unexpected ways. So next time you see a spider, remember that, although small, it's part of a vast and amazing natural system. And who knows, maybe one day you'll witness something as impressive as a spider rain. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, feel free to leave a comment and share your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe to the Wild Worlds Files for more incredible stories and adventures.